Hello again, YouTube. My name is Bree, and in today's video, we are just going to be casually painting a sketchbook page in my sketchbook made for me by my friend Spofgh using Bockingford tinted watercolor paper, which it actually says on the screen. So this is a light gray paper, and I'm down to the point now where I only have one page in each color left in the sketchbook. So I really should just push through, finish this up, and start a new one. Very excited about the next one, but there's also that I have a hard time finishing sketchbooks because I feel, you gotta show this whole growth journey throughout, and I want to have really good last pages for each color. But maybe it doesn't matter, and I should just finish it up so I can move on to the exciting new sketchbook that Spofgh made for me. And I just punched my mic, so if that made a noise, sorry about that. I'm in a state. Some sort of state. So this week I almost didn't have a video at all. I had been preparing what I would be posting as my sorry I don't have a video, and somehow I got motivated this morning and was able to basically do this whole thing this morning before it got too bright in this room. The lighting is a little weird in the video, and that's because I didn't have full control over my lighting scenario. Normally when I do try to paint in like the early morning or late evening when it's not too much direct light in this room, I have a big piece of cardboard I put over a window to block the sun so I can control everything myself. But I got a puzzle, and I've been using my big piece of cardboard for my puzzle, so I didn't want to try to move my partially finished puzzle onto a different surface. I just thought I would destroy it. So yeah, I haven't really been able to paint at night either. The fireworks have been really bad lately, and I get really jumpy, so I just can't sit and focus, and I would probably just put a big smudge of paint across the page. It would not be pretty. In fact, right as I was getting started to film this, there was a firework, and I actually just trashed that audio because I did not expect it. It's not even dark out yet, and it made me jump so badly. I don't do fireworks over my house. It's too much. I hate 4th of July. So yeah, this piece. I've talked about it before, taking Justin Donaldson's Foreman rendering class, and I fell behind. I mentioned it in my last video, so I'm not going to recite it too much, that I've been really, really busy with work lately and really overwhelmed to the point of complete exhaustion. I did take last weekend off to the point where I was almost non-functional. I just laid on the couch and consumed all of Umbrella Academy, which I don't normally have the attention span to watch something like that, but I was too exhausted to do anything else. And then this weekend, I'd want to catch up on class, but I'm still struggling with motivation, and I have to work the next 2 weekends in a row, so everything's just difficult to deal with. So I didn't expect to do this, and I was all prepared to say, hey, I can't get a video in this week. And then this morning I got suddenly motivated and was able to do all of this. I think I'm repeating myself already. I'm tired. If I'm not repeating myself, oh well, we're moving on. So basically this was from a couple weeks ago. The assignment was more about rendering specific kinds of material and looking at how light interacts with certain materials. And the examples we were given in class was leather, fur, and reflective stuff, metal, chrome. All materials have some degree, almost all materials have some degree of reflectivity. So yeah, and we worked through a few examples of that. And the final part was to take this character that was given to us and paint her. But because I've been doing more of the stuff for this class digitally than I expected, just because a lot of the stuff is digital examples, and some things I did print off and work on paper, but I've been missing actually painting. And while I do learn from doing things in a different medium, some things don't translate as well, and I really wanted to do something with watercolor because, yeah, you have to work, light to dark, and it's hard. You can do some degree of lifting, but it's not a perfect system. So it's just a different way of working than we were talking about, and I really wanted to try to apply things in a way that I can see myself using it more. So I knew I wanted to do something on my own. So I just kind of had started sketching this character as like a comfort zone, just sketch to get my hand moving again. And then I decided just to add some of those elements to him. So he's got like some leather, some fur, and like a little metal headband that didn't really work out because at that point I was just tired and needed to get away from my desk. And I really should, I will spend some more time doing more studying and more practicing in the future. All of this stuff is, there's so much good material, but it's the kind of thing that it's going to take me a lot of effort, a lot of trial and error, a lot of practice, a lot of study to really cement some of these topics. So I'm at a point where if I don't get it the first time, that's fine. I have all of forever to practice this more and get it more, and I have all the videos and content to fall back on, so I'm not worried about it. I ultimately am pretty happy with like some of the textures I got in this one for like the leather. The fur I kind of kept getting and then losing, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Fur is definitely a challenge for me in general. I've painted fur just a few times before, and every time I struggle with it. And then, yeah, the metal. I need a lot of work on metal. So I think where I am with this, I'll accept that there's a lot more practicing to be done, and I'll move on for now and come back to this stuff later and start on the next part, the next video, because like I said, I'm already a couple weeks behind, but that's okay. Everything in its own time and lots of learning left to do. So yeah, the character, there's no real backstory there. There's no, like, I got to the point where I start adding armor and I'm like, why is he barefoot? And then I'm like, well, I kind of still, I want to paint feet. I don't like ever paint feet, and I'm like, well, it doesn't really make sense. He's in some armor and he's barefoot, but I don't know, maybe sitting on a nice mat and a nice carpet, and he had to take off his boots and he'll put them back on when he gets up. I don't know. We'll make up a story on the fly and go with it just so things kind of make sense, because they don't. But that's okay. It's a practice piece, and I actually had fun doing it. I've really struggled with motivation of late. Kind of been bummed looking at how little art I've created over the last couple months compared to the months before. But once again, everything in its own time. It's okay to take breaks, and I've been trying to learn and apply new things, so it slows down the creation process, but hopefully I'll be stronger for it in the long run. So yeah, as you can already see, I'm using my Schmincke watercolor paints, and that's just, once again, comfort zone. I really do love this palette, and yeah, it's ridiculous. I definitely don't need all these colors. Sometimes I want to get new paints, like I definitely want more Roman Schmal paints and others to try out, and then I like look at this palette and I'm like, look at all the paint you have in your possession that you'll never ever finish using. There's just so much paint. And there are definitely, some of them the little pans are starting to go down. I've been using this palette for several years now, but yeah, I have enough paint to last me a lifetime. Because I've been stressed, I've been window shopping again. I know I don't need to buy stuff, but when I get stressed, I tend to window shop for like fountain pens and paint and art supplies, and I don't need any more. This is me just really trying to reiterate that to myself, because I know the next 2 weeks are going to be tough, and I'm going to be thinking about that a lot more. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be on time for my next video in 2 weeks, just because, yeah, going to be working. Hopefully I won't be working long hours over the weekend. I've kind of become resentful of vacations, because so many of the holidays, not vacations, because so many of the holidays fall on Monday and I work Tuesday through Friday. So it hurts when people are celebrating only having to work 3 days in a week and I have to work all 4 still. And it's just a stupid system. And then on top of it, I have to work the next 2 weekends. So I'm a bitter little pickle right now. That's my problem. But hopefully, like, I really wanted to keep up with this class. Obviously, that has not happened, but it's okay. I will play catch up after things settle down and when I can really engage with the content more, because that's more important than keeping up just to check a box and not really taking that time to get everything I want to get out of it. So yeah, there are definitely things though that like bother me about this one. A lot of it, I'm just not sure. I think I just kind of fudged a lot of proportions just to get it done more quickly, rather than like taking some reference photos and really looking at them later. Yeah, reference photos in general is just not something I'm very good about, and especially clothes. And considering the materials part of this class was one of the parts I was most interested in, and I'm kind of fudging some of that. It's not good. Bad job, Brie. I really do need to do a lot more like clothing studies in the future, because it's just something I don't have a lot of practice with, and because I have exactly zero interest in fashion, it's not something that comes naturally to me. I don't think through clothing or fabrics or stuff at all. I definitely will sit around for like my entire life in an oversized t-shirt and a pair of exercise shorts and be completely content. I don't know if you heard my headphones turning themselves off. I think everything's just wanting to be noisy today. My phone's going off, my headphones are talking, there's someone setting off fireworks because that's the right time to do it during the day. I hate fireworks so much. Yeah, so I think parts of this, like when I was first doing the fur, I really liked how it was looking, but then I think I kind of messed it up when I applied the paint to the leather, because everything kind of merged and I lost track of what I was doing. And once again, it's hard to maintain those lights when you're not being careful, and I was definitely rushing at this point. Like I said, I sat down and kind of did this just in the morning, so I took a break, I think right before this point, to just go grab some coffee, because I started first thing after waking up. I don't even think I could see clearly yet, and I just started painting. And then afterwards, I think I took a break just to, clean my coffee cup and use the restroom. And then, I took a shower. And then I came back and finished it. So it was just a lot of sitting this morning. And I sat like all day yesterday too. So I probably need to get up and move more, get my steps in. Where am I? I'm at 8,400 steps. So I'm doing pretty okay, actually. But yeah. So once again, I feel like I'm always saying this. I don't know what else to say. One of these days I'll figure out like topics for videos, or just get music and take breaks from talking and play music in the background. I just need more time to figure out how I want to approach these topics. So I guess I'll just do a little catch up otherwise, because that's what I tend to default back on. Like I said, I recently watched season 3 of The Umbrella Academy, which I absolutely love that show. And I don't think season 3 was quite as strong as season 2, but I had a blast with it. Definitely some things that made me bum me out and I didn't like so much, but that's okay. Can't win them all. Some character choices made me sad, and if you've watched it, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I did finish Stranger Things this weekend, which I thought they did a good job with this season. I wasn't sure what to expect, because I really loved season 1. Season 2 I didn't like. Season 3 I remember enjoying, but I don't remember much about it. And I didn't rewatch anything, so I didn't really remember where I left off, like feeling about the show. But I enjoyed this season. And I think next season 5 is meant to be the last one, so that'll be interesting. And otherwise, what have I been doing? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I watched the new Doctor Strange movie, in the Multiverse of Madness or whatever. I didn't really love the character choices they made there, so I don't want to talk about that. And then otherwise, I guess reading. I've been reading really slowly once again because I'm tired and can't focus on things. So I've been reading the first Hyperion book. I didn't realize it was a series. I've had Hyperion on my Kindle for a while and never started it. And now I'm getting ads for like, you should get the next book. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's a series. And it's interesting. It's kind of like Canterbury Tales, but in space, sci-fi setting, where these people are traveling together and telling their stories that led them to this point. And some of the stories are weird in a way that, like, I'm only on the third one now, and some of these characters are just a little out there. So I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I thought the first story was really bizarre in a kind of a interesting way. The second one was bizarre in a way I don't think I needed, but we'll see where it goes from here. And then my audiobook right now is, I don't remember what it's called. It's the new Brian McClellan book, and I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm enjoying it so far. So I don't know if it's just something like it just doesn't go anywhere, or if something happens that people didn't like later. I don't know. But I really did like the Gunpowder Mage series, so I'm excited about this one. But otherwise, I've got like nothing going on besides work. I am so boring. I need I need more art time. And more lifetime. I did mention a puzzle. I've been working on a puzzle. I decided randomly that I might enjoy a puzzle for like something more casual to do. But being that I tend to have completionist tendencies, I don't like having it incomplete. So having something in the background to work on from time to time isn't really working out for me. But it's also kind of a challenging puzzle because a lot of it is just blue. So yeah, I sit around for like 20 minutes and put in 2 pieces, and then I don't like that. So we'll see how that goes. I did finally beat Horizon Forbidden West last weekend during my downtime, so that's good. Catching up on my video games by finally beating one after like 4 months of playing it. Don't know what I'm playing next. I don't even know what's coming out anymore. Got nothing. I live an exciting life. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Right, so I actually had to pause this video, delete some audio because I just flailed about for a bit, and then come back to this. So the other thing I wanted to talk about very briefly is that July is World Watercolor Month. So if you are celebrating, if you are participating in that, let me know. Let me know how that's going for you. Really, it is a monthly challenge to paint 31 watercolor paintings in 31 days. But obviously I'm not doing that. I completely wore myself out with the last monthly challenge. I need an entire year to recover from plein air pulls. So I just wanted to bring this up because obviously I love watercolor and I've always wanted to participate in this one. Haven't done it yet. But if you're interested, I mean, it's already into July, so you're a bit late on starting 31 and 31. You could start late, probably. It's all good. But more importantly, this particular event is supporting young artists, and it's meant to raise awareness and raise money for charities. And the charity this year, I had to look it up. This is why I'm like recording this part later, is the International Child Art Foundation. So if you're interested, I'll leave the links below to the World Watercolor Month page, so that you can buy stuff from their shop to ultimately get some cool stuff and donate to charity, or just donate to charity, learn more about the event, see what other people are creating for World Watercolor Month, and whatever else. So yeah, if you're interested, please check that out. I am, like I said, not really participating. I plan to make a donation because I love what they support and I love what they do, but I just wanted to let you know in case you weren't aware of that. If you are participating, like I said, let me know so I could check out what you've been working on, because that's really cool. So that's really all I got for this video and this week. I hope you're all doing well and taking good care of yourselves. If things go well, I should have another video up in 2 weeks. I don't want to do a firm commitment to that because, like I said, got some work over the next couple weekends, so I might be a little too busy. But otherwise, I will see you at least for one more video in the month of July, and because it's World Watercolor Month, it will probably be watercolor again. So I will see you then. In the meantime, I will try to also get some more Juno footage because I'm lacking in it again this week. It's just, she's hiding from fireworks, poor thing. It's no one here likes fireworks. So she's just not out and about. We'll catch up. I'll try to get some footage of her totally destroying my puzzle, which she has been having a blast doing in between her hiding. So yeah, once again, just rambling at this point. I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you again whenever my next video is. Bye.